Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our virtual reading of From Q to Eternity. Last September, we had a group of playwrights who wanted to volunteer their time and create an original work for Shakespeare in the Vines. And we thought, why not? We're all in our respected houses. We want to keep creativity alive, so let's do it. So this great group of writers each had a designated week to write out a scene and add either new characters or so forth. And as long as it kept the plot going, it was a complete success. So we are here to present to you tonight From Q to Eternity. This is a labor of love by our great volunteer writers. And we ask that you just enjoy yourself, have a fun laugh along with us. And we're also going to share some fun insights into what we are going to be doing in the year of 2021 with Shakespeare in the Vines. So stay tuned for that. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, From Q to Eternity. From Q to Eternity, a collaborative writing effort by Jodie Brown, Ruth Burgess, Mandy Canales, William Tennent Cheek, Clarke Crane, Lettie S. DeAnda, Ian Donley, Mike Glenny, Lindsay Lauters Miller, Colette Murphy, Allan Robb, and Emily Stamets. Scene 1. Setting: an office. Up center, a large ornate door. Left of center, a large boring desk with a large boring chair pushed in behind it. A person seated at the desk would be facing the audience. Right of center, a sitting area with boring but comfortable chairs and a small table. A plain door leads off stage left. Leading off stage right is one of those doors that blends into the wall, like in the Oval Office. The general effect is bland, but there are a few attempts of cheer visible. A glass soda bottle sits on the desk, and a withered flower in it. A single tablet rests in the center of the desk.
Yes, I know, but you'll have to trust me just a little while longer.
The character is Simon, and he lets out a large breath, rubs their face, and looks around the office, moves to a comfy chair and adjusts it ever so slightly, brushes the upholstery gently, praises his work, then moves to the desk. Sees the weathered flower, he sighs again, picks up the flower and places it in one desk drawer, then opens a second desk drawer and pulls out a fresh flower and places it in the vase. A small, resigned smile. He adjusts his clothing and straightens his shoulders.
All right, then. Who's next? Oh, Tabitha, who are we seeing next? Oh, Simon, how kind of you to ask. And may I also say you look quite dashing just now, perfectly suited to making absolutely, positively accurate judgments about everyone who crosses your path. Next up, we have...
A knocking resounds from the upstage door. Simon straightens up. Without waiting a response, Jay pokes their head through the upstage door.
Dude. Hey, man, how have you been?
Jay embraces Simon in a sincere, full body hug. Simon tenses at first, and then relaxes, and eventually embraces Jay with the matching sincerity. This is not a short hug.
P-Man, it's so good to see you. What's it been, like a century?
Yeah, or 3, something like that.
Oh, man. I didn't mean to go so long without hollering. I'm sorry, friend. Can you forgive me?
Of course I can. Of course.
Right on. Hey, man, look. The reason I popped in is because it's the numbers, man. P-Man. Like, I'm totally not a numbers guy, but it's got some peeps out back worried. I wouldn't worry about it, honestly. I totally trust you, but you know how my dad is.
The numbers,
Yeah, it's just with population booming, you'd think the numbers would be going up, but they're like basically stagnating.
Stagnating?
Yeah, man. As in, no movement. Nada. Zilch. You could build a heavenly palace on the annual graph, dude. Or like spray it with water, freeze it, and host the curling Olympics. Dude, have you ever tried curling?
Curling. That's the one with the ice and the big rocks? No, I don't think I've ever been anywhere cold enough.
Oh, we should try it. I'll set up a field, a course, rink, whatever you call it. I'll get us one. Stoked. But hey, man, what's going on? Your face is as long as a camel's.
See,
Hey, P, you can talk to me. You know you can tell me anything. Nothing but unconditional love, dude.
it's the big day.
Yeah, man. The big day. Your big day. I'm so stoked for you.
Oh, well, thank you. I want to be frank. I can't relax. I can't think about anything else. I can hardly see straight enough to read the book, and my flowers keep wilting.
Oh, dude. Tell me what's got you so worried. What's the worst that could happen?
The worst that could happen? I could be ousted, excommunicated, demoted, sent downstairs.
Yeah, well, I can't lie. That could happen. But you know it hardly ever does, man. Like, hardly ever. Not since the beginning, really.
I know, but when it does happen, it's really, really bad.
Yeah, like fiery pits of hell bad. I get it, man. That would totally suck.
Permanent demotion after being up here for so long would suck. But it's more than that. I've got this chance, right? This chance to show what I can do, to really prove myself, to pick the absolute best of the best, to make an impact with my choice. It's a big deal.
The biggest deal of your career, man.
Yes, and I love my job. I do. I know it's really important. My choices make a positive difference in how things go out back. I'm grateful to play this role I am. It's been so long.
A long time, yeah. Like millennia, basically.
Yes, millennia that I've been here in front of this door, seeing person after person, judging them, checking the book, what, 1,000,000 times a day?
Hey, not to change the subject, I will circle back to your point, but I meant to ask you, like, how you like that upgrade we got you for the book. It seemed like digital was the way to go. Population boom and all, you know?
Yes, it's great. The search function is a game changer. But that's the point. I'm still searching. Do you see?
Dude, everyone's still searching. That's kind of the point if you
But
actually...
we're not all still searching. You aren't searching. The other guys aren't searching. No one out back is still searching. Just me. I'm stuck here, searching. Searching for value, searching for significance, searching literal souls day after day, millennia after millennia. And I can't help it. I just feel like, what does it even mean anymore? After so long, what does it even mean? And that's why...
That's why... What, P? P-Man, I can't help you if I can't hear you. Lift your voice to me.
That's why I've been saving people.
Saving people? I thought that was my job.
I don't mean saving their souls. That is your job, and you do it so well I could never presume. I mean saving people for later.
Curiosity has been piqued, my man.
Okay, big day is coming up. My big day. When I get to open that door for one person who I choose, one person who didn't make it in the book, but maybe, just maybe, deserves it anyway. That's a big deal. The biggest deal. What if I choose wrong? What if I let in a serial killer or a man-spreader or a social media influencer? I could ruin everything.
I don't even know if we have the gram yet. Should I get us that?
No, definitely not. But here's the flip side. What if I pick right? What if, out of all the people who never made it into the book, I pick the one? There's got to be someone who just glitters, who sparkles, who radiates with love and goodness, even through their imperfections, someone who will make Outback even better. If I can find that person, the one right person, then maybe your dad will see that I get it. I really get it. And then maybe I can come out back sometimes and, I don't know, curl or whatever. See, I don't even know what it is you do back there. Here I am, the gatekeeper, the keeper of keys, the rock, your rock. And I never even get to go curling with you.
We don't have curling yet.
Well, then frolicking, reading to puppies, barbershop quartets, laying on each other's stomachs and giggling until you can't stop, binge watching all 120 episodes of The Muppet Show. Food fights. I want to throw food at you. Jesus, I want to throw food at you too.
Huh? Yeah, that's all pretty great.
It's all I've ever wanted. So I've been saving up. I've got some good candidates stashed away, and the big day is nigh, as they say, and I just want to make the right choice.
Right. Right. And that's why the numbers have been stagnating.
I'm so worried I can't think straight. It's getting harder and harder to separate the wheat from the chaff.
So you've been saving, what, all of them?
No, not all of them. No loud chewers, no people who respond to really long texts with K, no one who refuses to wear a mask in the middle of a pandemic.
But everyone else.
Yes.
Right. Okay, dude. Here's what you do. You're gonna take a break on all those folks waiting out there, and you're gonna zoom focus on all the ones out. Where are they anyway?
Oh, I had this door installed.
And my
Oh,
manager
hi.
said to
When
me,
will
Are we
you
in
be
the
able to
right
see
place?
me? Yeah.
Hi there. Yes, just a little while longer.
Clever. So you're gonna open that door and go back through the best ones you got in there until you got your one, the right one. And hey, if anyone better comes along before the big day, you just swap them out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, dude.
But what about everyone waiting out there?
They'll be all right, man. What if they got butt time?
Jay moves to the upstairs door, stops, and goes to Simon with another full body embrace.
You got this, P.
Lights fade to black. Scene 2. Later in Simon's office. In the dark, we can see Simon's face illuminated by the tablet as they sit behind the desk.
No, not him. Oh, fudge nuggets.
Lights up as the hidden door in the wall opens and in walks a middle-aged man, Jean, in a tweed suit wearing fairly thick round glasses which distract from a lazy eye and a smoking pipe. He walks in confidently.
Please, take a seat. I'd like to start by asking if you know why you're here. Wouldn't you prefer to sit, Mr. Sarti? I'm gonna sit.
Sartre. Jean-Paul Sartre.
Yes, of course, silly me. I knew that.
And you are
Peter or Simon, whichever you prefer.
Peter Simon?
Actually, it's Simon Peter, but it doesn't matter, really. Can I offer you something? Water, wine? We have wine? Yes, well, the reason you're here is because we, that is the company, no, not the company, the organization, no, the owner, that's not right, the founder.
Your boss.
Yes, yes, my boss, the boss, has asked me to interview a few of you from there for a potential position here.
This is a job interview?
Of sorts, yes.
Not interested.
Now just hold on, let me make my pitch.
You're pitching this position to me?
Well, no, actually, I'm interviewing you to see if you qualify.
Of course I do not qualify. I do not acknowledge God's existence.
Oh, but he acknowledges you.
Simon holds up the tablet with a cutesy meme that reads, "You may not believe in God, but he sure believes in you."
Pourquoi?
It's sort of a meme.
Meme? One of those annoying people in the ridiculous clothes and the paint face who walk around against the wind and become trapped in invisible boxes?
No, that's a mime. This is a meme.
Does God wear the paint face?
No, God, no! Sorry. No, he does not wear face paint. He is not a mime. He is not a meme. He is not a meme of a mime. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the creator of heaven and earth. He's God.
Ah, then we are the memes, the mimes.
No, we're not memes or mimes. We're not mimes.
Oh, but I think we are.
No, I don't think we are, but we are done here.
The mime is the existence. His very being is the freedom that makes the existence. What he does with that freedom is the essence. He is nothing. Then he is a man in a box. He is nothing. Then he is a man walking against the wind. He is and only ever is what he does, no more, no less. His existence precedes his essence, and we do not know what he is until he does it.
Well, that's lovely. I'd like to thank you for coming in. Please give my regards to Miss de Beauvoir.
So that was it? How did I do?
We'll be in touch.
Jean leaves the way he came in, still without shaking Simon's hand. Simon sits back down at the desk, starts scrolling through the tablet. The stage goes dark except for a light from the tablet illuminating Simon. They stop scrolling, touch the screen once, and then again, and cries out,
Oh, no, not that one.
Lights fade to black. Scene 3. A few moments later in Simon's office. In the dark, we can see Simon, the illuminated tablet on the desk, as they stand abruptly, and they swipe their hands from mid-face up through their hair.
This has to be a mistake. I will just call Tabitha.
The hidden door in the wall opens, and in walks a young woman dressed in a flowy white halter-top white dress, Marilyn, with heavily made-up eyes and pouty red lips. She peeks her head around the door.
Excuse me, Mr. President? Tabitha said you were ready for me.
Yes, yes. Please come in, have a seat.
Why, thank you. Where are the cameras?
Cameras? I'm sorry, I don't follow.
I just assumed there would be cameras for the audition. There usually are, you know.
Audition. I see. Well, yes, I suppose you could say this is an audition of sorts for a very important position, actually.
Oh, good. I was hoping so. I need a great big role right about now. My agent wouldn't tell me much about the role. In fact, I couldn't get him to return my calls.
Marilyn gets up from her chair and begins to peek around at the walls, looking in the flowers, flipping through the coffee table books.
Yes, well, it's an important position out back, but, well, in truth, ma'am, miss, I think there might have been a mistake.
Mistake? No, wait just a minute. My agent said this was a bona fide audition for a very important role. What kind of mistake are you talking about?
See, the boss has tasked me with finding just the right person, and the position or the role, well, you just aren't the right height. Yes, we are looking for someone with a little more stature.
Simon stands and begins to walk back to his desk. Marilyn sidles up beside him and places a hand on their shoulder. Simon stops and their posture becomes more upright and uncomfortable. Simon reaches up to straighten their tie.
I can be taller. I can be shorter. In fact, I can be whatever you want me to be.
She slides her hand down Simon's back, and Simon jumps to the side, maneuvers behind the desk rapidly.
The fact is, my boss has specific guidelines he has instructed me to follow, and I'm just afraid that...
But I always say, fear is stupid. So is regrets. Come on, live a little.
Yes, well, that very well may be true. In fact, I'm sure there's some wisdom in there. Look, why don't we
No, Mr. Simon. It is Simon, right? Well, you look, Mr. Simon. My agent sent me here for this audition, and I intend to do just that, cameras or no. So what would you like me to read for you?
Okay, well, I suppose we could have you read something. How about this?
And what's my motivation?
Your motivation? Think authoritative, trying to instruct the masses and all. Be a leader.
Okay, I understand. Luckily, I've heard this one before. I think I've got it. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are they who jump...
Very, very nice. I think we have enough. Thank you.
Oh, do you really think that's enough? I can do it again differently if you'd like.
No, I mean, yes, I think that's all I need. Thank you.
Simon comes from behind the desk, ushering Marilyn to the door she entered.
Oh, how was it? I mean, how did I do? Was I tall enough?
You did fine. Yes, you were plenty tall. Thank you for auditioning today. We will let you know when we have our decision.
Simon thrusts a hand out for a handshake. Marilyn instead leans in and places a kiss on Simon's left cheek.
No, Mr. President. Thank you.
We'll be in we'll be in touch.
Simon shakes their head and he reaches for the tablet. Stage goes dark except for the light from the tablet illuminating Simon. He stops scrolling, touches the screen once, then again, and thoughtfully sighs.
Now this is an interesting possibility.
Lights fade to black. Scene 4. Setting. A front yard, home garden. Stage right, a white picket fence with a gate separates the garden from the sidewalk and street. There are a few small fruit trees in the yard, and some large planter boxes with various vegetables. Stage left is the front porch of a modest home with hanging floral planters and tomato vines in large pots framing the front door. There's a small wheelbarrow in the garden with a watering can, a hand trowel and hoe, and a pair of gloves. As the lights rise, MJ enters the garden from the house and approaches the wheelbarrow, putting on the gloves and picking up the watering can. As MJ begins to tend to the plants, Jay, now dressed in modern clothes, almost unrecognizable from the previous scene, approaches on a skateboard.
Morning.
Oh, well, good morning to you. Awfully early to be up and about, isn't it?
Nah, I like these early morning hours. Gives me time to think, enjoy the birds, you know.
That I do.
MJ heads to the tomato plants, picks one, and holds it up in Jay's direction.
Want to take some tomatoes home with you today?
No, you want to enjoy them? Fruits for your labor and all?
Oh, I have plenty just for me. I always grow enough to share.
Well, that's very kind. You're a cool dude.
Oh, I do believe that is the first time I've ever been called cool dude.
But you are. I know.
Well, how about an apple then?
I've always had a iffy relationship with apples. But sure, from you, I'll take an apple. And a tomato if you're still offering.
Oh, I'm still offering.
So, you always do this?
What's that?
Offer things from your garden to strangers passing by on their skateboard?
Oh, I'd hardly call you a stranger. You've passed here every morning for nearly a month.
You don't know my name or where I'm from.
Nor do you know those things about me.
Would you tell me if I asked?
Of course. What would you like to know?
Lights fade to black. Scene 5. Back to Simon's office. Simon slumps back in the chair with disdain, scrolling through his tablet, looking for any other interesting candidates.
No, not him. No, nope, absolutely not. Nope, nope, nope.
He puts the tablet down in frustration. A beat goes by. Suddenly, there's a loud knock on the door. Simon refuses to get up.
Who is it?
The door is violently pushed open by a low breeze and enters the room. An elderly man, Scrooge, walks into the room and places himself in Simon's presence. They have no clue who he is.
May I help you?
Yes, I was looking for Simon Peter. Would that be you?
Yes, that would be me, sir.
Excellent.
And you are?
You don't recognize me?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Well, that's quite all right. I'll give you a hint. I was born in England and had the craziest Christmas Eve an old fart like me could ever endure.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Jim Carrey played me in a movie once.
Wait a minute. You're Ebenezer Scrooge?
Gee, what would have made you guess that?
I thought you were only a made-up character.
Tell that to Mr. Dickens. He was just as surprised to see me as you are.
I'm sorry, I didn't have you on my list already. Had I known you were coming, I'd be a little more prepared. It's been a long day already.
It doesn't matter. I'm here now. We certainly can't change the past. Trust me.
I assume you're here to be interviewed.
Yes, indeed. I'm here for my close-up, as they say nowadays. So, what would you like to know?
Do you even believe in him?
In who?
In God.
Is that supposed to be relevant?
You do know where you are, correct?
In your office.
In heaven.
Ah, humbug.
Please watch your language.
My apologies.
I'm looking for a candidate for a very important job.
Does it involve finances?
No.
Then I'm afraid I can be of no service.
Just wait a single moment, please. Good.
What is it you're looking for exactly?
If I tell you what it is, do you promise not to say anything?
Oh, I swear on my good friend Jacob Marley's soul.
Shake on it.
Seems rather elementary, but all right if you insist.
I'm planning on going into retirement soon. Funny. What's so funny?
That's probably the richest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, I swear, sir, it's true. I'm looking for someone to replace me.
And how's that going?
Not well. Thanks for asking.
It's a bit too big of a responsibility.
Gee, no kidding.
Do you really believe I have the capability to take your spot?
So far, no. But I'm hoping you'll change my mind.
Well, what's in it for me?
A sense of moral obligation and integrity for doing the right thing.
No.
I'll make sure all those Christmas ghosts that seem to bother you so much leave you alone.
I like them. I'm taking Preston out to lunch next week.
Look, what is one thing that changed your life completely?
Where are you going with this?
Just answer the question, trust me.
Well, probably the moment I lost my fiancée, Belle.
What was she like?
She was a brunette, blue eyes, my childhood sweetheart. Before we got married, my business started taking off. I never realized that I was spending more time with my stock and not with her. One day she got sick and tired of looking at nothing but my money, so she left. I denied how important she was to me.
There you go.
What?
You and I have something in common.
Oh, please.
I'm serious. We both know what it's like to deny what we have. You think I'm proud of denying Jay when he needed me? I know it all worked out in the end, but he still holds it over my head at times.
Jay?
Jesus.
Oh, I didn't realize you were that close to him.
Are you kidding?
Well, I didn't read that chapter in the Bible.
Anyway, look, just consider it, okay? You and I can understand each other more than you realize.
Well, I'll consider it.
Please.
Definitely. Anyhow, I must be going. I'm going fishing with Christmas yet to come.
You don't seem like a fisher.
I've learned a lot about myself in the afterlife. What can I say? Well, until next time.
Until next time.
They shake hands. Scrooge leaves. Simon sits in their chair feeling more relaxed. Lights fade to black. Scene 6. Lights up in Simon's office again. He's seated behind the desk, scrolling through the tablet a bit more leisurely, jotting notes down in a golden tomb. Tabitha enters. She is scrolling on a mobile device using a pencil-shaped stylus.
Whatever you're writing, stop.
Oh, Tabitha. Thank goodness, I was just about to call you.
I know. And I'm here to stop you.
Stop me?
I've just received a written communication from Jay on this new device you're having me test. I'll admit, it's much more convenient than parchment or messenger angels.
Jay texted you? I didn't realize Jay knew how to text.
We're all catching up with the time, Simon.
Just in time for me to retire. Which reminds me, I should bring in the next candidate.
No! See, that's why I'm here. This digital written communication from Jay says there are to be no more interviews until he returns.
Returns? Where'd he go?
One of his incognito field trips, I suppose. I could ask his assistant for more details.
No, Tabitha, that won't be necessary. Did he say why I should stop the interviews?
No, just that there were to be no more interviews held until he had a chance to talk to you face to face again.
What am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Now might be a good time to catch up on your backlog.
I can't. What if the person who
is supposed to replace you is in that room? I know, Simon, I know. But don't you think that if they were in that room, you'd know already?
I guess I could catch up on a few things.
Lights fade to black. Scene 7. The garden. MJ is resting, seated on the front porch stairs, sipping a glass of lemonade. A second glass is on the ground. Jay enters through the garden gate with a cell phone.
So sorry about that, MJ. Work never seems to leave me alone when I'm down here.
Down? So you're from up north?
In a manner of speaking. I didn't mean to let that conversation ruin ours, though. You were saying?
Where were we again?
You were just about to tell me about, the big incident.
Oh, yes. the big incident.
I heard all about it, but I was never, like, there, you know?
Yes, well, it was a long time ago.
Lights fade to black. Scene 8. Simon's office again. In the dark, we can see Simon illuminated by the tablet again. This time, he's fast asleep in his chair behind the desk. The office remains dark as the stage left door slowly opens. Being careful to remain quiet, an unshaven and unkempt man, Bub, slowly steps into the room. He quietly closes the door behind him. He checks to make sure Simon is asleep, and then begins heading towards the ornate door. Bub, keeping an eye on Simon, trips over a chair. Simon immediately wakes up with the sound.
Backlog! Oh.
Simon looks around, realizing he's awake. He looks around the office. Bub ducks behind the chair, unnoticed by Simon.
Work dreams. Wake up? Still at work. Delightful.
Lights up as Tabitha walks into the office.
Everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine. Simply bumped the old funny bone on the table.
How's that backlog coming along?
Yes, the backlog. The backlog is coming along just wonderful. Soon enough, it'll cease to be the backlog. In the near future, it'll be the front log.
Front log. Very good.
Tabitha slips back out.
Today has felt like 7, let me tell you.
Simon returns to the tablet, continuing his work. Bub slowly stands up, trying to sneak towards the ornate door once again. Simon pauses. They hear something. Bub also pauses. Simon goes back to work. Bub starts sneaking again. Simon pauses yet again. Bub also pauses. Simon goes back to work once more. Bub remains paused, eyeing his target. He suddenly sprints towards the door just as Simon looks in his direction. Simon chases after Bub, who passes the ornate door and continues running to evade Simon. They run around the room several times before they take up a position at opposite sides of the desk.
What are you doing here, Bub?
Just here to clean the carpets.
How did you even get in here? Last I checked, you were grounded for eternity.
Hey, let's be honest here. Eternity is a very subjective term.
Eternity means an eternity.
No. What feels like an eternity to you may not feel like an eternity for me. Is someone wrong for saying they've waited an eternity for a good Super Bowl halftime show?
Yes, they would be wrong. There have been several great ones in recent years.
Up for debate.
Simon attempts to catch Bub again, and they both just run around the desk a few more times. They take up positions on opposite sides of the desk yet again.
What do you want, Bub?
What do I want? Why can't I just come up to visit my oldest pal in the world?
You're not allowed to.
Yes, you're technically correct, but we can change that.
No, we can't. It was made very clear to all of us that you are not a welcome guest in these premises. I must ask you to leave.
What if I wasn't a guest?
You're already not.
You know what I mean. What if I was working up in the office again?
You were fired. Besides, there's no current job openings.
From what I understand, there's one job opening up pretty soon here.
No. No way in hell.
Yeah, correct. I already tried down there. Not a lot of job perks. Their dental plan was just awful. But here, well, that's a whole different story, isn't it?
You can't have my job, Bub.
Says who?
Everyone. Everyone knows you can't get a job here.
False. Only one person has ever declared that.
And he's the boss, last I checked.
That might be true, but correct me if I'm wrong, my dear Simon. Were you, or were you not, given the responsibility of selecting your own replacement?
And why on earth would I pick you?
I'm the one who got you this job. I might as well have trained you.
I didn't want the job. I've been doing it out of a sense of duty, a duty to make things right.
Nonetheless.
And you think the big guy will believe I'm making things right by picking you as my replacement?
As long as the job is being done right, I don't see a problem.
First, you try to take over the company, get fired for it, and now you think you can just sneak in here and take my job.
I'm not here to take your job, dear friend. I'm here to accept your job offer to me. Who would be better than me?
Well, I have Gandhi on my short list.
This job would eat him up.
Joan of Arc.
She's too young for the job.
Confucius.
Oh, please. He already has a job down the hall.
Abraham Lincoln.
This job would blow his mind.
Enough! I am not giving you the job.
Look, just hear me out, okay? Hear what I have to say. If you can truly say that you don't think that I'd make your best replacement, I'll walk out of this office and never return again.
You have 60 seconds starting now.
Now, close your eyes.
What?
Close your eyes. I'm building a picture. You gotta close your eyes. You only gave me 60 seconds.
Fine. Fudging friggity done. 50, 49.
Bub snatches the tablet and tries to log into the system, making a noiseless sound of frustration as he's met with a passcode protection. He gives one or two guesses as he speaks, failing each time.
Now, imagine your old pals sweating down there, working nonstop in the fiery abyss, which he knows he deserves. It was technically Lucy that did the whole, and I was just a side thing, but, ooh, change password.
You call second in command a side thing?
You open your eyes, I get 10 extra seconds.
Come on.
But while your poor old pal was burning up from judgment and Lucy's homegrown hot sauce, he was also burning up in shame. You want to know why?
The page has loaded to change Simon's password.
Because he realized that he never got to ask his dear old pal Simon what the name of his favorite pet was.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Bub wouldn't ask that.
He's searching the desk for a clue, and then he grabs Simon.
But new Bub wants to know. He must know. He's literally burning to know.
In shaking Simon, Bub accidentally rips their sleeve.
Did you just...
Covering his eyes with the ripped sleeve.
Keep your eyes closed.
My dog Goliath did that once. Just ripped my sleeve right off in his excitement to play. Play ball.
He did? How horrible. Did your grandma patch you up?
Grandma Ruth? No, Gabriel whisked her up in 28. I was so devastated.
Paternal or maternal?
Paternal?
Oh, my condolences.
Yes, it really was a huge change in my life. You know,
The timer goes off, but only gets a second as Bub turns it off in a flash. Simon begins to lower the sleeve from his eyes.
Was that?
Nope.
But
Bub sidles smoothly and ties the sleeve around like a blindfold before Simon can peek.
But I thought I heard...
That? What? No, a fly. It's a fly going...
Bub?
Talking about flies, I was thinking about your work environment. Sure, no flies here, but your first company that you worked on Earth for must have been a real shithole, considering...
Sanhedrin was a very prestigious and well-respected institution, and I was proud to be their servant.
Simon?
Oh, my bad. I just assumed...
What? Because I signed a contract with you, you assumed I was a desperate lowlife?
Fake sign, buddy. You gave me the slip there using Jesus' blood.
Well, it was still a terrifying mess because I didn't know that it would work until...
Simon, are you all right in there?
Bub quickly types in Sanhedrin and enters a new password while Simon is distracted.
Yes, dear, he's fine. He's just upset I accidentally vacuumed over his toes. Now, I know we have our grievances. You tricked me, I tricked you. You made me the biggest laughingstock in the netherworlds. I'm minorly inconvenienced. You're ascended to heaven.
You think that's the only...
Here we go.
You swelled me with money and power and lies and drove away any smidge of happiness I ever had. You left me miserable with a shattered heart, a broken stone. And you know who picked up the pieces? Jay. It was Jay who sacrificed for me. Jay who really gave me happiness. So you can get out right now. You have no job here. You are not my pal. You are not my buddy. You are a destructive prick, a dick of a...
Bub captures Simon in a flash, sensing him in a chokehold as he presses a needle to his throat.
Devil? Oh, I know.
He injects the substance.
What have you...
Simon stumbles to the ground.
It's called a potion, Simon. Straight from the hands of Morgan Le Fay. Of course, she almost dropped it when a volcanic geyser blew up and burned our faces off. But hey, he grows back. Perks of being eternally tortured the lowest tiers of hell. You know, I was stumped on how to do this because I can't really go all demonic, flashy, and intimate territory. But then I realized, why not just trick a little bit, steal a little potion, and give your soul a little,
Simon collapses. Bub hauls him back up.
Excuse me, I was not done monologuing.
Simon's soul starts leaving his body.
Slow down there, old pal. I'm not done.
He curses, quickly pulling out a half-disintegrated piece of paper just as Simon's soul begins to fly away. A bub grabs his soul.
Okay. Step 1, inject potion into... Well, I suppose it means victim. Step 2, wait for soul and grab its... Well, I grabbed your tail, so that works. You don't mind? Step 3, eat the...
Bub stops, looks almost sick. Simon's soul sidles up and tries to get a peek.
Eat the soul with your mouth.
They look at each other.
Well, I'm not sure what else I'd eat you with. Although, according to some human cults, I have a second set of jaws that opens right on my... well, the rest of the instructions got burned off, so we're just going to have to hope the rest will fall into place. You ready?
Simon's soul is not ready.
One step closer to heaven, bub. Think of it. Bunnies, babes, trillions and zillions of new souls right for the reeking, and all I have to do is...
Bub eats Simon's soul, almost regurgitates them, but manages to keep them down. Sighs in relief. He faints. Bub's soul wiggles out and floats about, muttering until he sees Simon's body. He dives into the mouth just as Simon, in Bub's body, starts to wake. Simon, in Bub's body, struggles to sit up, opening his eyes to find Bub, in Simon's body, grinning at him with childish glee, as if he had just pulled off the perfect prank.
Are you out of your...
Tabitha walks in.
What have you done, Bub?
Bub, you aren't allowed in here.
It's me, Simon.
What? I'm Simon. Tabitha, doll, I'm clearly me.
Doll, excuse me?
Sorry, Tabitha. So sorry.
Tabitha's device beeps.
We need to put Bub in a safe place until Jay returns.
Great. To hell with you, Bub. Get it? Hell. Because that is literally where we're sending you. Back to hell.
He's not going to hell.
What?
Thank you, Tabitha. I knew you of all celestial beings could see through his lies.
As I was saying, we need to put Bub in a safe place.
Tabitha waves her hands in the air and begins to chant and casts a spell which binds the hands and mouth of Bub, who is actually Simon.
Wow. I'm impressed. Now what?
This binding spell is temporary, so we need a secure place. Now, you open up that secret door of yours, and there he stays until Jay gets back.
She turns to grab Bub, who is Simon. Simon, who is actually Bub, searches desperately for the door. Once she has grabbed Bub, who is actually Simon, she turns to Simon, who is actually Bub.
Okay, open that door of yours.
Yeah, the door.
Tabitha's device beeps.
I'll be right back.
She lets go of Bub, who is actually Simon, and exits through the ornate door.
Dude, where is that secret door of yours? If you don't, I will just convince Tabitha to send you to hell. Tell me, or I will tell her that you like her. Oh, it's obvious. You never got with her, did you? I overheard you. You're so weird around her. Front log, back log. What are you, 12? Dude, I hear you mumbling, but that doesn't help me. Are you trying to... Oh, you don't want Miss Tabitha to know your secret? Are you trying to tell her where the door is? Great, but that doesn't help. How am I supposed to know what you're trying to say? I can't hear you and your hands are tied. Help me out.
Tabitha returns.
I swear they make a big deal out of nothing. Let's put Bub in your room. I have enough on my plate today.
About that. I mean, I think Jay would be really impressed with both of us if we made the executive decision and just send Bub to hell.
No, we aren't going to do that.
Just then, the secret door opens, and Marilyn pops her head in.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't know there were others inside. I just wanted to talk to Mr. Simon.
Oh, well, that's me. I will be right with you. Thank you for coming from my secret room, Miss...
Marilyn. Don't you remember me, Simon?
Of course I do.
That's okay. We're done here. Simon, put Bub in your room. Do you understand?
Yes, definitely.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to.
Of course, doll. I mean, Tabitha. That was a close call.
So, is this a good time?
Oh, of course, doll. Of course. How can I help you?
Well, I was just hoping that I could read again for the part.
The part?
Yes, the job, the audition. I can try reading it in a different way. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Wow.
Did you like that? I've been practicing. I can also do it in different ways, whatever you think the character needs.
No, that's great. So how exactly much do you know about this job?
Not much. An acting gig like any other.
Well, you see, doll, this is a very special acting gig. You see, Tabitha is going away.
Oh, no. I hope she is okay.
Oh, she's fine. We just don't want her sticking her. I mean, she needs a vacation.
Oh, vacations. I just adore vacations. Where is she going? Bali? Cancun? Bahamas?
Something like that. But we need someone to act like her. Fill her shoes. Make others think you are her.
Oh, I can do that. But I don't really look like her.
Oh, that's not a problem. See, I have a friend.
Lights fade to black. At this time, we're going to take just a brief 10 minutes. So we'll be back shortly. It is 7:06. So we'll be back at 7:16. But if you come 5 minutes earlier, there'll be a little announcement of what we're doing with Shakespeare in the Vines behind the scenes and about some upcoming productions. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. I know I didn't formally introduce myself at the beginning. I'm Preston Helms, Artistic Director of Shakespeare in the Vines. Thank you to all the viewers who have tuned in to watch this virtual production. We really appreciate it. Well, as I said, I'm going to give some behind-the-scenes information of what we are doing for Shakespeare in the Vines in the year of 2021. We are really focusing on, of course, safety, as we are still in a pandemic. That's the absolute truth. Society is slowly progressing, and with that, we want to progress alongside it. We are looking to do at least one major production this summer. I won't give full details yet of what that will be, but the announcements will be coming out really, really soon. We're working hard behind the scenes with our director and also directors. You'll find out when the announcement comes up of our upcoming productions that we have in place. In the meantime, we're really focusing on the virtual aspect. We're now in a virtual world, and we want to provide entertainment for you along with educational outreaches through our new YouTube page here. Have you subscribed yet? Be sure to hit the subscribe button and you'll get notified when we have new videos of past productions. We have an upcoming puppet theater series that we're really excited to share with everyone. That'll be a fun, kid-friendly way of Shakespeare's plays. And we're also going to be making future announcements, some behind-the-scenes videos through this page as well. So be sure to subscribe. We'll also be posting via our Instagram, Facebook, all the announcements that are coming up. But again, I'll say that we are looking to do one major production around the time of August. This gives us more time to see how society is progressing, along with adapting well. You know, we are very adhered to the times, and we look forward to providing that entertainment for you. So stay tuned. It will be coming out really soon of what productions we're looking to do. Now, we are going to be coming back on again in about 3 minutes. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the second half of From Q to Eternity. Welcome back. Scene 9. Back to Simon's office. Marilyn, who is actually now Tabitha, is sitting on the chairs on stage right. Hands are being bound with duct tape. Tabitha, Marilyn now possesses Tabitha's body, is the one binding. Simon, who is actually Bub, is standing nearby.
Well, that was easier the second time around. And didn't take as much time, but honestly, I thought that little goody-goody Jay would have returned by now.
Oh, this is definitely a first for me. What do you think of my performance so far?
Oh, it's perfect.
You are seriously unhinged if you think that Jay is going to believe that she is me or that you can pass for Simon.
Look, doll, I was good enough to trick you, and by the time he notices, I will have ingrained myself back into his good graces, that he will have forgotten all about the past. He's big on forgiveness these days.
Well, good for you, because I'm not. And as soon as I get out of this... What did you use to tie me up? Ugh.
Oh, dear. The duct tape was my handiwork. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. Why would you team up with him? He's literally...
Enough! Look, doll, if you had just bound your hands with your binding spell like you did to Simon...
Bind myself? Why in the celestial heavens would I bind myself? That is just as ridiculous as swapping bodies to try to get a job.
Tabitha's device beeps. Tabitha, who is actually Marilyn, does not react.
If you are going to try to pass off as me, you need to deal with texts.
Text? Oh, dear. Swapping bodies? You're not Simon? I'm so confused.
Not to worry, here, I'll help you. Now, don't go getting into any trouble. What am I saying? You're tied up. Just relax, doll. We will take care of everything. Think of it like a vacation. As for you, come with me. Let's see that text.
He exits with Tabitha, who is actually Marilyn, through the upstage ornate door.
Great. Now, how am I supposed to get out of this?
The secret door opens and in walks Bub, who is actually Simon. They notice each other and make eye contact and freeze for a beat before...
Simon, quick, untie me. It's me, Tabitha.
Wait, what? You know it's me? You're Tabitha. I knew you couldn't believe he was me. But how?
Well, I didn't know. I had my doubts, but now I'm sure. Quick, Bub and Marilyn will be back any minute. I'm so glad your binding spell wore off.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know you could do that. You're so talented.
Thanks.
They make eye contact, and just when the silence has almost become awkward, we see Jay enter through the stage left door.
Bub? What in the hell are you doing here?
Jay, it's not what you think.
It's really not.
Marilyn? It's been years.
I thought... You thought we... No, I am not Marilyn.
So not Marilyn.
And not Bub.
Not Bub at all.
It's Tabitha and Simon in here, and the real Bub and Marilyn are in Tabitha and Simon out there, and...
But we need to stop them because we don't know how much damage they're going to do. And...
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Arg! We have to stop them!
Whoa. Camalte, amigos. Calm down. Like, the way you came at me, I sense you're stressed, and I'm hearing things that are a little confusing, and if we could just, take a step back, I want to, clarify what I'm hearing. So, what you're telling me is that you're not Bub, you look like Bub, but you're actually Simon?
Correct.
And you're not Marilyn, but you're actually Tabitha?
Yes.
Jay takes out some sunflower seeds from his back pocket and begins to eat them, making sure to spit out the shells. He does this for at least 3 seconds.
What? Why is this taking you so long to verify? Shouldn't you be able to tell that we're telling the truth?
I appreciate your concern, but I have my own processes. Bub, I mean Simon, or whatever. Who was your last interview?
You're doing more than texting?
Man, I can upload, download, and I'm almost done with a free analytics course.
I met with Scrooge.
Who?
Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. A Christmas Carol? Charles Dickens?
That dude is real?
Yes, apparently. Don't you know?
I mean, I had a hunch. Like, Dickens writes that character with such flourish. I was like, this dude can't be made up or whatever. He has to exist. But there were just so many people like him, like particularly in the early 1980s, and then again in the late 1990s, and then again in the... Well, anyway, I just lost track, and I just figured he was just a bunch of old, rich white dudes smashed together into one character.
Okay, wait. Before we move forward, how did this person get into my office with you not even knowing this person was a person?
Is that really important now?
I don't know. Admin error?
Wow. This is... Give me a second here. I have been in this position for decades.
Millennia, if you are Simon.
And you're telling me that just whoever can walk into my office and demand my time from me without anyone knowing or caring? I mean, I'm kind of important, and my time is very limited. I'm on a very demanding schedule and extremely stressed out.
Bill, I don't know. Lots of stuff happens that I can't keep track of or verify. People come in and out, and people exist and don't exist. For example, Bat Boy. I still don't know what's going on with that.
Am I just a middle manager of a poorly run organization?
I mean, depending on who you ask, we have a lot of critics.
Can we get this rolling?
So I'll just look in the calendar.
He won't be in the calendar because he was a surprise interview. He just
showed up. Good. That's what I was hoping to hear. The real Bub would have tried to make an excuse why he wasn't in the calendar, and he wouldn't have cared that he was a middle manager in a poorly run organization.
So you know Scrooge is a real person.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Bob. I mean, Simon, you passed the test. Now, Miss Marilyn, which American playwright were you married to in your earthly life?
Tennessee Williams?
You are absolutely not Marilyn. Okay, friends, let's go find those imposters.
Lights fade to black. Scene 10. Setting: the pearly gates. Set among a cloud bank is a large set of pearly gates. Next to the gates is a large wooden podium, and next to that is a small clerk's desk. Lights up. Simon, who is actually Bub, and Tabitha, who is actually Marilyn, walk on stage right.
Here we are at last. Time to get to work.
And just what are we planning to do here?
We're going to show Mr. All High and Mighty, along with Skater Boy, that I can do this job and do it well. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to manage an entire underworld when literally no one wants to be there? I'd say it's like pulling teeth, except we've actually grown quite competent at that over the millennia, and Yowzers, would you look at that line?
Oh, it's just like I always dreamed. I can't believe so many people have turned out for my next premiere. This place really is heaven.
You know, this line could really give our DMV recreation a run for its money. Except, look at that line management. I haven't seen that much organization since Comic-Con.
He pulls out a personal recorder and presses the button.
Side note, giant outdoor space of maze-like yet organized lines that moves along just enough to give everybody hope, but nobody ever actually gets inside. Use fire marshal as a scapegoat. Okay, on to the case at hand. Tabitha, doll, if you wouldn't mind, the first file, and remember, your role is to make them feel welcome.
Oh, of course.
Tabitha, who is Marilyn, sits at the desk with a small tablet or screen. She pulls out what looks like a price scanner from a supermarket and appears to scan a body part of the next person in line.
Hello, and welcome to the Pearly Gates. May I see your wrist, please?
Simon, who is actually Bub, is looking at his tablet on the podium when an audible ding is heard, and he starts scrolling through information.
Let's see here. Donated to charity, rescued stray animals, always use their signal. This is easy. Welcome to heaven.
An angelic choir chord plays as the gates light up. Tabitha, who is Marilyn, continues to scan each applicant, smiling all the time, and before their information is set up to Simon's tablet.
Next. My, you were quite the mischievous child, weren't you? Oh, your family left you for their Christmas vacation? How awful. But you protected the home from invaders. Wow, you know, some of these could be serious cases of assault and battery, or even attempted murder. But yeah, everything worked out all right and nobody was seriously injured. Until it happened again 2 years later? Well, again, nobody died. And clearly life as an insurance claim adjuster has calmed you out, so welcome to heaven. Next! Always visited your grandparents, nice, never muted yourself on Zoom. All right, we'll let that one slide, but just barely. Next. Okay, paid taxes, worked at a soup kitchen, 13 Nickelback concerts. You're in. Next. Knitted scarves for kittens. Oh, how sweet. Never saw Star Wars. Well, you still have some living to catch up with, but you're in. Next. Yada, yada. Oh, that's good. Never returned shopping carts. Get thee from this place.
A gong sounds as red lights hit the stage.
Seriously, it is not that hard. All right, Tabitha, darling, how many people have we processed so far?
We've processed 14,972 souls.
Not bad if I do say so myself. I told that smug Simon I could do this. And what percentage of the backlog have we cleared?
0.04%.
What? At this rate, it'll take an eternity to catch up.
Well, we could clean up a huge percentage of them if we automatically reject anyone who never voted.
What an intriguing notion. But no, I think that would draw too much attention too quickly. What about just getting rid of gingers?
Sir.
All right, you're right. That won't do either. We'll just have to pick up the pace. All right, let's go. Improve school lunches, in. Habitually took too many items into the express checkout lane, out. Public school teacher for life, in. Overposting on Facebook. Okay, in, but you have to tell everyone you meet why you just barely made it.
Lights fade to black. Scene 11. The Pearly Gates again. At Lights Up, Jay, Marilyn, who is actually Tabitha, and Bub, who is really Simon, crouch downstage. Tabitha, or Marilyn, depending on who you ask, and Simon, actually Bub, oh dear, this is all just getting a bit confusing, isn't it? Continue to process the helpless souls sneaking away upstage.
And here we are. Desk, sweet desk. You must be itching to get back to work, so I'm just good.
What in heaven's name? The gates are wide open. Bob's just letting everyone in.
Certainly looks that way.
What are they doing over there? Is he just letting everyone in?
No, not everyone. Looks like that they're about 75% heavenly host with the remainder off to eternal torture. Give or take 1% or so for the purgatorial souls of course.
75%. 3/4? 3 of 4 parts of all the souls I've been saving for millennia are getting into heaven? Right now? All at once?
Far out. The big bro upstairs is gonna flip his chin wig.
Your gift for understatement is unparalleled. The boss does not take well to shenanigans. You know, the whole of 2020 has been solely because Tabitha...
Look! The yogurt wasn't labeled. Things in the communal fridge are supposed to be labeled.
But who else eats activia in public, Tabitha? Who?
Oh, new alert. I guess Jean Sartre off your candidates list now. Strike him. They just let him in.
They what? Why? He was a polyamorous atheist.
And your point? Sounds like my kind of dude. I can't wait to catch up with him at the old heavenly chocolate peanut butter and sound of a child's laughter fondue fountain.
Heaven's got a fondue fountain filled with a child's laughter?
Oh yeah. They serve pound cake too. And fresh strawberries.
I'm never getting in.
You miss all the shots you don't try, guy. Maybe it's time you stepped on in there and get to work like you should have been doing.
What?
And claim your bodies back from those imposters. Right now, right all the wrongs. Process all the souls. You know, fix everything you've been messing up.
Uh-huh. And what will you be doing?
Skating? And eating popcorn?
So, I'm supposed to defeat the literal Lord of the Flies. Alone.
Hey, I'm standing right here. Haven't you ever heard of the Bechdel test?
Simon, come on. This is the worst case of analyst paralysis I've ever seen. You've spent years building up a line longer than the one for Coachella porta potties. Then you spend like all day on the most important day of your life interviewing for what?
For someone to take over his post. Not that he ever asked me to interview.
Take over your job. Why? So you don't have to make any real decisions? You know I love you. Bro, but get out of your head. Take some action for once. You know what? I've got an idea that might help you.
Wait, what are you...
Jay moves his fingers into an exaggerated snap pose. Lights fade to black. Scene 12. The small garden. At lights up, the sound of fingers snapping. Bub, who is actually Simon, stage left, frazzled. Marilyn, who is actually Tabitha, and Jay wait nearby. MJ is center stage, gardening, humming as she gently picks apples from her tree, one by one, and places them in a basket.
Oh, back already. I see you brought friends.
You are so wise. These bro sips are in some sore need of a chill out sesh.
Oh, well, we are living in stressful times.
Jesus! Why are we here? Who is this? Doesn't anyone understand what's at stake? A literal demon is letting everyone to heaven. Everyone. Straight through the pearly gates, irregardless of fire marshal capacities.
Irregardless isn't a word.
You look flustered, dear. Why don't you all help me pick some apples? I find gardening clears the mind.
I'll pass. I'm more of a managerial type.
I'll help.
Wonderful, dear.
Here, Simon, you cut, I'll gather. And don't look at me like that. You know that engaging in menial labor is nearly 85% effective at engaging a flow state, which helps think of new solutions to problems. It'll do you good.
Smart, that one. Listen to her.
Fine, I'll pick the damn apples.
Language?
Ah, stop taking my name in vain, Simon.
I didn't even... Wait, I'm not letting you off the hook that easily. Why are we here, Jay?
Why are any of us here?
Wait, I thought you didn't like those.
Your story blew my mind, bro. Straight to smithereens. I may never feel the same way about Humble Pone again.
Ooh, $1 million word. Nice. One of any small fruit with a core of seeds, similar to a pear or a quince.
Tastes great with cheese, Clint. This one time I was on a train and they were about to serve dessert, right? There was this checkerboard with cheese and quince. It looked absolutely killer on the tray. I was stoked. And then the conductor comes up to me, starts talking about, I don't know. We're at a junction and there are some kids on a track, but like Hitler's tied up to our left. And maybe if we just pulled a lever, we could save one of them. And if we saved one of them, we could
Stop changing the subject. You're so hard to read. Did you know, Tabitha, on the night he died, he took me aside to dinner and said, dude, just FYI, you'll betray me 3 times before the cock crows. Then he just winked and left. It's so infuriating. I was stressed all night long. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think.
To be fair, bro, you said you'd die for me if you had to. But when it came down to it...
I didn't do anything to betray you. I mean, I just... When they came for you, when they asked me who you really were, I didn't speak up.
I didn't speak up either.
Oh, here's the story. It's a doozy. Just you wait.
I stayed quiet when Lucy slithered in, or Lucifer, depending on who you ask, wrapped itself right around this tree and waited for Eve. I figured it wasn't my problem. My job was to watch the gate.
Eve ate it, didn't she? The fruit with the knowledge of what's good and what's evil.
That Eve did, and I didn't stop it.
What could you have done, though? We all know the game's rigged. It's preordained. The apple gets eaten.
I have a big flaming sword. I could have done something.
Would have just upset the boss, though.
He'd get over it.
Hey, Simon, I think Bub just liked Scrooge.
I'm not even sure Scrooge is real. How are they getting into heaven?
Yeah, it looks like space and time might be unraveling at this point.
That's it. We've got to do something. So, this is garden, huh? With the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil?
Yep.
I see here it makes you confront the truth, good and bad.
And our doppelgangers are clothed in skins of lies right now. Okay, then. I need a big-ass basket of apples.
Now we're talking, bro. I knew you had it in you.
One more dude out of you and I change my mind. Come on, Tabitha.
Oh, best of luck, dears. Oh, do give my regards to the boss.
Jay smiles, moving his fingers into an exaggerated snap pose. Lights begin to fade to black.
Oh, wait a minute, my dudes.
Lights quickly snap back up to the garden.
Wait, I totally forgot something. Now you dudes promise me you won't get mad, okay?
What?
So we may have been making this a whole lot harder on ourselves. So like, yeah, but no. I mean, like, I hate to do this because it kind of feels like the ways we lay out or something, you know? Like, say we were in a play project, right? And like the author of this section had zero inspiration for how to continue this part of the plot. So he threw a Hail Mary in hopes of trying to move it somewhere he could work with. But like he also might feel like if he did it this way, he'd basically be messing up all the hard work the other authors of this play did because he was too embarrassed that he has had this idea with him since the beginning and didn't do anything with it. Oh, this metaphor play has multiple authors, by the by.
Your point?
Why don't we just ask my dad to fix everything? I mean the boss.
You know, he does have a point there.
No, it can't be that easy. The boss wouldn't help us if he found out we got tricked by Bub, and that's what caused this whole mess.
The boss has always said he helps those who help themselves.
Come on, my dude. If everyone helped themselves, then helping other people would mean nothing. Like the founding principles the boss based everything on was based off of the inevitability of mistakes and the necessity of forgiveness. While being an internal decision made by the individual, forgiveness is also an act of humbling yourself by accepting the responsibility of reality being too much for the individual and allowing the self to acquiesce to the assistance of more capable beings.
Well, I mean, when you put it like that.
All right, then.
Jay smiles, moving his finger into an exaggerated snap pose. Lights fade to black. Scene 13. Setting, Papa Deuce's office. Similar to the office at the very beginning of the play, but with a framed and signed photo of an excited Papa Deuce posing next to a Cynthia Ivero, hanging from the wall. Lights up as Papa Deuce stares at this framed photo and gets a new boost of confidence. Papa Deuce moves to his desk and buzzes the intercom.
Holly, what was that name of that one Morgan Freeman movie?
Bub, who is Simon, Marilyn, who is Tabitha, and Jay all barge through the office door, all trying at the same time to explain to Papa Deuce what's been going on. Papa Deuce holds up his hands as they all fall silent. MJ enters behind them carrying a bottle and a tray of glasses. Papa Deuce seems to wink at her, and it's unnoticed by the others. She busies herself filling the glasses on a credenza. Holly enters after MJ.
Apologies, sir. They just...
Yes, I know how they can be.
Hey, Hollis, how have you been?
Oh, you know.
I mean, I do, but I like hearing it from you.
Is this why you came in here?
Whoops. Sorry, man. H, we'll catch up in a few.
Holly smiles and exits. MJ has finished filling the glasses with the gold liquid. Bub, who is Simon, and Marilyn, who is Tabitha, squirm impatiently.
Simon, my friend, how did you find yourself in this predicament?
You know it's me?
How could I not?
Then you know I'm...
Yes, Tabitha.
So, Pops, the thing is...
I don't think our cast of characters is quite complete yet.
A howling wind is heard, the office door flies open, and Simon, who is Bub, and Tabitha, who is actually Marilyn, are blown forcefully into the room. Holly sticks her head in briefly to close the door behind the new arrivals.
In the hey, everybody. Oh, look! You caught Bub and Marilyn. Nice work.
No, I'm right.
Come on, man. You're not fooling anyone.
Let's all just relax for a moment so we can get our story straight, shall we?
Bub, who is Simon, and Marilyn, who is Tabitha, Simon, who is Bub, and Tabitha, who is Marilyn, each take one of the glasses offered by MJ. They stare warily at one another.
Drink up, friends.
The four slowly begin to sip their drinks. Papa Deuce pulls Jay aside.
You went meta again, didn't you?
What do you mean?
You gave them the speech about how they're all just characters in a play with multiple writers pulling the strings. And all we need is for one writer or editor to swoop in and fix all the inconsistencies and give you a nice, uncomplicated, happy ending, right?
I may have alluded to something about along those lines, yeah.
I'm sorry, friends. I can't help you. See, I was having tea yesterday with one of our new admittees. Bub, I believe I have you to thank for bringing him past Simon's impossible queue. It's quite an interesting experience, having tea with somebody who doesn't believe that you exist. Anyways, we got to talking about things, mostly about the accommodations here. He was overly concerned that he might end up with a roommate that he didn't plan on spending eternity with. Well, once I assured him that the single room was going to be exactly to his likings, we got to talking about more important matters. Idle chit-chat. You know, the World Series, the Bachelorette, the concept of free will. And he said to me,
Jean appears in a spotlight downstage left. He speaks directly to the audience.
Man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does.
The spotlight goes off and Jean exits.
And then I was having dinner with another odd fellow, and we got to talking about the same thing. And he said,
Scrooge appears in the spotlight downstage left, speaking directly to the audience.
Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends, to which, if persevered in, they must lead. But if the courses be departed from, the ends will change.
The spotlight goes off, and Scrooge exits.
Needless to say, they gave me a lot to think about.
I mean, free will and personal choice aren't really new concepts around here.
No, they're not. So in a way, you misled our friends. I'm not a playwright, scripting out these moves and decisions, capable of going back through previous pages and striking ideas in favor of my own. I'm more of an improv leader. I give a setup, a scenario, if you will, and it's up to you how you yes and your way through the scene.
Yes, and I think it's been working quite well. So let's get these troublemakers out of here and get back to business as usual, shall we?
But you haven't finished your drink, so come on, everyone, bottoms up.
Begrudgingly, Simon, who is Bub, empties his glass. Bub, who is Simon, Tabitha, who is Marilyn, and Marilyn, who is Tabitha, follow suit.
This doesn't taste like champagne.
Oh, it's not, dear. It's apple cider.
The lights begin to flicker, and a strange catastrophe of sounds is heard. Bub, who is Simon, Simon, who is Bub, Tabitha, who is Marilyn, and Marilyn, who is Tabitha, begin to convulse. There's a sudden blackout, followed by a scream from Marilyn. Lights come up in the same scene. Bub, Simon, Tabitha, and Marilyn have all returned to their rightful bodies.
Wait,
How did we...
Who?
I thought you couldn't.
I didn't. The tea fellow I mentioned, he said one more thing.
Jean appears again in the spotlight.
I have no need for good souls. An accomplice is what is wanted.
Tea again tomorrow, JP?
It's going to take a lot of tea to convince me of what's happened
Well,
here. What's happening here?
we have an eternity.
Spotlight goes out and Jean exits.
Wait, so you had an accomplice?
I mean, it's not like you were just going to eat the basket of apples I gave you.
Neat trick.
Trick is the right word for it.
Now, bub.
Now, before he can continue, Holly enters.
Excuse me, Miss Marilyn.
yes?
There's a Mr. Miller asking for you. Artie? He was hoping you might join him for lunch.
Our business with you here is through, madam. You may do as you wish.
Perhaps he's written something new.
May I escort you?
They hold out their arm. Marilyn takes it. As they leave, Bub tries to sneak out behind them, but the door slams shut in his face.
Our business with her is through.
If I may, could I be excused as well? The garden needs tending, and I hate leaving it unwatched. You never know who might slither in and around there without me.
You're free to go as well.
And I want to hear more stories. Let me walk with you.
MJ and Jay leave.
Simon, I understand you're having a bit of trouble finding a replacement?
I just want to do what's right for, well, the whole of existence.
And is there a reason you're set on an outside hire?
I mean, what other choice do I have?
Me?
Her?
Tabitha, you know the system. You're organized, you're clever, you're compassionate. Why not you?
I hadn't considered it.
I feel like a fool. I can't believe I didn't see it.
We fix our gaze on things that we cannot be seen.
I'm not sure that's what Paul meant.
Let me be the judge of that. Besides, I just always like saying it like that.
What do you think, Tabitha? It's a lot of responsibility, I know, but it's
Sir?
the best job you'll ever have.
I'd be honored, sir.
Well, that's good. Holly,
Sir,
let's get Tabitha's promotion paperwork, processing, and finalize the plans for Simon's retirement.
right away, sir. I'm looking forward to working with you even more, Tabitha.
Same here, Hollis.
Holly,
Shall we?
Tabitha, and Simon move toward the exit. After Holly and Tabitha leave, Simon turns around at the door.
I am sorry, Bub, that we couldn't work something out.
Simon pulls the door close behind him.
So, guess another wind is going to blow me back to the, let's call it the regional office, right?
That depends.
Oh, it does? On what?
Well, on you.
Me?
It's been a few millennia, and I'm sorry I haven't given you a proper performance evaluation. But the work you're doing in the regional office, as you put it, is important. It's significant. It matters. We need someone in that role.
So, I'm not just toiling away in obscurity doing busy work?
Come, look at something with me.
He pushes a button, and the sound of a mechanical shade being lifted is heard. He approaches the edge of the stage and looks out into the audience, as though looking through a large window. Bub comes and stands beside him.
There's more to this than most people can and would ever imagine. Yes, headquarters is important. And yes, we have a lot to do here, but your office is busy too. And it's part of what keeps things going and operating the way they should. Still, I should have not kept you there without a line back up to us. We need to work together.
Together. You mean that?
I've had a long time to think about it. If you agree to keep doing what you're doing at the regional office, I agreed to lift the ban on having you come up here to headquarters. Now, you can't be spending all your time up here. Like I did with Simon and I'll be doing with Tabitha, I'll be keeping an eye on the numbers.
Understandable.
But perhaps, maybe you could visit from time to time, use the facilities, Give some presentations at the board meeting?
I could.
You could, assuming you keep the job.
I think I'd like that.
And when you're ready to retire, promise me you won't pull a Simon about it.
I promise not to do anything the way that Simon would do it.
Then it sounds like we have a deal.
I never thought you'd make a deal with me.
There's a first time for everything. I should know about that.
Lights fade to black. Scene 14. Lights up on a majestic park. In the center, there's a giant glistening fountain of chocolate. Jay sits on the edge holding a plate full of pound cake. Next to him is Jean and Marilyn. Jean dips a strawberry into the fountain and offers it to Marilyn.
Are you trying to sweeten my deal?
Something like that. I do believe you'd make an excellent Estelle.
Show me the playhouse again, and you're sure?
Yes, you will have a ticket for opening night, and no, you won't have to sing the happy birthday.
As they exit together, Jay laughs and dips a large square of pound cake into the fountain. Simon enters.
Well, look who's finally arrived. P-Man, how's life beyond the gate?
It's, well,
Pretty indescribable, right? Totally righteous.
that about sums it up, yes.
So how's Tabitha liking the new gig?
Well, how would I know that?
P-Man, it's me. Neither the boss nor I knew you could just retire without meddling a little.
Call it meddling. I haven't meddled, I assure you.
Nah, but you have checked in, right? Maybe took a peek at the book while Tabitha was getting a cup of coffee or something. Nothing to be ashamed of, my man. You were in that job for an eternity.
Not an actual eternity.
Yeah, we've been over this. Look, P-Man, I was on Earth for 33 years, and I wasn't even working for the head office that whole time. Remember the lost years?
I still don't understand why you tried to learn to surf when you could just walk on the water.
Hey, I was in my late teens, and I like a challenge. Cut me some slack, P-Man. Besides, did you think I was really gonna leave down there without hitting pipeline in Byron Bay?
I suppose not.
Anyway, I barely held that position before I was yanked up to headquarters. So I get it, man. You missed the job.
I do.
I just hope you find a way to find other things that you like just as much, if not more, than judging souls.
Well, there is one thing I said I wanted to try.
Oh, that's great, my man. What is it?
Remember when you first came to check on me about the numbers? And I mentioned all the things I wanted to do beyond the archway?
Yeah. Reading the puppies, binge watching the Muppet Show. Oh, and
Jay takes a beat and looks down at the food. He smirks.
Yes. And?
Simon picks up the strawberry and dips it into the fountain. Jay starts to back away with his hands raised. Simon pulls their arm back as they're winding up to pitch a baseball and blackout. End of the play. That is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to put our cast on the spot and have them come all back on with their videos and take a proper bow in this virtual setting. Woo! I thank each and every one of them for participating. We thank our writers, which we will be posting a full list of the actual writers involved with that said show. Thank you all for tuning in. We are in desperate need, as all theater companies, of your support. We are in good standing, but a little donation does help now and then. So please, this was a free entertainment for you. We hope it brought a smile. But if you do consider donating, go to shakespeareinthevines.org. I can assure you that all of your proceeds go towards our set building, our actual productions that will be happening later this year. I'm going to give a little more of a tidbit there for you too. Besides the one major production that we have planned in August, we're going to work alongside a neighboring community theater. We're working along with Riverside Community Players, and we're going to be doing a show with them where they will do a 2-week run at their location and a 2-week run at our location down here in Temecula. Again, all details of these upcoming productions will be shared with all of you very, very soon. Until next time, thank you all so much. Be sure to subscribe to our channel here at SITV, and you'll see new videos, past productions, updates. We thank you all for tuning in, and we ask that you all have a great night and be safe. Everyone, let's wave goodbye. Take your bow. Thank you all so much.